Lucky's near-death experience, Tracy and Martin clash. Sunny won't be beaten. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers for the Thursday, February 27 episode suggest that Charlie's Pub was the hot spot today in Port Charles. If you missed today's show, then here is the recap. Felicia Scorpio, Christina Wagner, bumps into Elizabeth Baldwin, Rebecca Herbst, just as she is wrapping up her shift at the hospital. Felicia is a bit surprised to see her working so soon after Cyrus tried to kill her. But Liz reminds her that she has 3 kids to provide for. They talk about Lucky Spencer, Jonathan Jackson, and how his recovery is going. Liz is so glad that he is going to be OK, for their son's sake, and Felicia tells her that it's obvious that Aiden Weber, Colin Cassidy, isn't the only one relieved. Both admit that they are wondering if Lucky will choose to stay in Port Charles after the events of the last few months. Meanwhile, Lulu Spencer, Alexa Heavens, is at her brother's bedside when Lucky finally wakes up. She goes and gets Liz, who kisses Lucky the minute that she sees him. She and Lucky agree that they have a lot to talk about later on. Across town, Brooke Lynn Quartermain, Amanda Seton, shares with her mom, Lois Cerullo, Raina Sofa, that Harrison Chase, Josh Swickard, has suggested that his brother be their sperm donor. VLQ tells her mom that she didn't respond well to the suggestion, and he then ran off to the gym. As they talk, it becomes clear that she is never going to be comfortable having Chase's brother's baby. There is just too much to consider in a decision like that, and she fears that instead of getting the family closer, it could actually tear them apart. Chase goes to the gym, where he sees Dante Falconeri, Dominic Zamprogna. Chase makes good use of the punching bag while telling him about suggesting that his brother be a sperm donor. The more that he talks about it, the more Chase realizes that it's probably not a good idea at all. Trina Robinson, Tabiana Ali, catches up with Aunt Stella Henry, Vernie Johnson, at Charlie's Pub, and she tells her all about the painting community class that she took with Kai Taylor, Jen's Austin Astrup, which definitely turned into a date. The kind that ended with a kiss. Stella reflects on young love and is genuinely happy to see Trina happy. At a nearby table, Lucy Coe, Lynn Herring, meets up with Jen Sidwell, Carlo Rota, and he tells her that he has an ulterior motive for seeing her. He wants Lucy to make an offer to Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard, on his behalf to buy his waterfront property. Carly Spencer, Laura Wright, is grabbing a drink with Jack Brennan, Chris McKenna, at the pub too, when she spots Jens at the next table. She eventually quietly confronts Jens and lets him know that she sees him very clearly. Jack interrupts and asks Carly to order him another drink while he has a moment alone with Sidwell. Jack introduces himself and tells Jens that if he ever troubles Carly again, he'll drop a bomb on him and finish the job that he started in Africa. Jens returns to the table where Lucy is seated, looking uneasy. She is quick to tell him that she's not going to approach Sonny with his offer. Before Trina leaves Charlie's, she stops to talk to Carly about that text they both got from Jocelyn Jacks, Eden McCoy, about going to Easter Island at the last minute. Both are excited for her as Jack looks on with a big smile. Laura Collins, Jenny Francis, is in her office with Curtis Ashford, Donald Turner, and Jordan Ashford, Tanisha Harper, when Sonny joins them. They tell him that Sidwell and Drew Quartermain, Cameron Matheson, have teamed up to try to take his waterfront property by invoking eminent domain. Sonny tells them he won't roll over and play dead, and they say that they agree that the best site for the esplanade is the original location, not his property. They intend to push back as much as possible against Drew's plan. While they are talking, Laura gets a call telling her that Lucky is awake, and Sonny offers to drive her to the hospital. After they leave, Curtis fills Jordan in on his plan to get Congressman Henderson to block Drew from the inside. Jordan is also hoping that she can get some information out of Sidwell. Tracy Quartermaine, Jane Elliott, is expecting to butt heads with Martin Gray, Michael E. Knight, over the paperwork that she has filed in an attempt to ban Drew Quartermaine, Cameron Matheson, from using the family last name. She taunts him a bit, and then he shows her that he has leverage. The family estate is built on 20 extra feet of land that the Quartermaines don't actually own, and as luck would have it, that area
Martin
is where the
tells
Quartermaines
Tracy
to
to
drop
drop
her
her
petition, or they'll have a shovel outside to start digging up bodies the next morning. Tracy digs in and refuses, calling Martin's bluff. Their chat is interrupted by Ludo, who asks if he has found anything that can help her to find her daughter. Martin says that he hasn't, but he is clearly jangled and makes a quick exit. Lastly, Laura is at Lucky's bedside, thrilled that he is awake. He tells her that it's true. No matter how old you are, you still need your mom. He said that as soon as she walked into the room, a sense of peace washed over him. Laura and Liz speak outside of Lucky's room, and they are both wondering if he will stick around after all of this. Sonny spends a few minutes with Lucky, and Lucky tells him that he believed he was dying and that he heard his father's voice. Not in his head, but it was as if he was in the room with him telling him that it wasn't his time yet. The latest episode of General Hospital delivered an intense blend of high-stakes drama, heartfelt confessions, and power struggles that left viewers on the edge of their seats. Lucky Spencer found himself in a perilous situation that nearly cost him his life. Tracy Quartermaine and Martin Gray clashed in a battle of wits, and Sonny Corinthos refused to back down despite mounting pressure. Lucky's near-death experience shook Port Charles to its core. While investigating a lead, he was ambushed and left for dead, barely clinging to life as he struggled to call for help. His resilience and quick thinking allowed him to escape the worst, but not before suffering serious injuries. His return to consciousness was met with overwhelming relief from his loved ones, particularly Elizabeth and Laura, who were beside themselves with worry. While Lucky tried to downplay the situation, Laura was determined to find out who was responsible and ensure they paid for their actions. Meanwhile, Elizabeth wrestled with her emotions, realizing how much she still cared for Lucky despite their complicated history. As Lucky fought for his life, Tracy and Martin found themselves in a heated confrontation over ELQ and the Quartermaine family legacy. Tracy, never one to back down from a challenge, accused Martin of scheming his way into the family's affairs with ulterior motives. Martin, ever the smooth talker, attempted to defend himself, arguing that his involvement was strictly professional. However, Tracy wasn't convinced and made it clear that she would be keeping a close eye on him. Their verbal sparring match left the air thick with tension, with neither willing to concede defeat. Ned Quartermaine found himself caught in the middle, struggling to mediate between the two strong-willed personalities while maintaining control over ELQ's future. Meanwhile, Sonny Corinthos faced a different kind of battle as he continued to assert his dominance in the face of threats from his enemies. Determined not to be outmaneuvered, Sonny strategized his next move, confiding in Brick and Dex about the best course of action. He knew that showing any sign of weakness would only embolden his rivals, so he remained steadfast in his resolve. Carly, sensing the weight of the situation, reminded him to be careful and not let his pride cloud his judgment. Sonny reassured her that he had everything under control, but deep down, he knew the stakes were higher than ever. His enemies were circling, and one wrong move could change everything. Elsewhere in Port Charles, tension simmered between several residents. Ava and Nina had a tense encounter, with lingering animosities threatening to bubble over. Nina, still reeling from recent revelations, struggled to keep her emotions in check, while Ava played her cards carefully, ensuring she maintained the upper hand. Meanwhile, Jocelyn and Dex shared a quiet moment, reflecting on the chaos surrounding them. Jocelyn voiced her concerns about the ongoing dangers, and Dex promised to protect her no matter what. As the episode reached its climax, the stakes were higher than ever. Lucky's brush with death left many questions unanswered. Tracy and Martin's rivalry showed no signs of cooling down, and Sunny remained steadfast in his determination to come out on top. Port Charles was a city of secrets and shifting alliances, and with each passing moment, the drama continued to unfold in unpredictable ways.